What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am bringing you guys a tutorial using my perfect palette again. And for this perfect palette I'm going to be using my palette recreating or inspired by the Ace Beaute or Beaute, however you want to say it, Flair palette. Now I will pop it up on the screen so you guys can see what it looks like. I have reviewed two palettes from their collection in their previous fall Paradise Fallen, something like that. That bundle which of 4 eyeshadows, and I did not like the formula that I saw on a majority of those palette or on I did not like the formula that was used in a majority of those eyeshadows in the 2 palettes that I had. Now I did go ahead and Frankenstein 2 palettes, one for me, one for my best friend. If she likes it, she can have it. If she doesn't, it'll be in the trash. But all that to say that I did not want to go ahead and spend more money into a brand, into a formula that I just wasn't feeling. And I've also been trying to reduce my purchasing. So I wanted to go ahead and look into my collection to see what I have that I could potentially use. And so I created this Z palette. Please don't mind the fact that these are broken. Your girl can't stop dropping singles. I dropped a single during this video. Okay. So this is what the palette looks like. You have 6 mattes and 3 shimmers, and I really like this palette. So if you're interested in seeing what eyeshadows I used to create this palette, how I created this look, and anything in between, then just keep watching. Hey guys, so now it's time to get into the tutorial. As you can see, I've already done this eye and I really like how this eye came out. So let's just jump into it. Not too much talking. First, I'm gonna go into this baby green. I have already set and primed my lids with my normal. I used my milk my NYX milk pencil, and I used a shade from the gingerbread palette just to set my lid. I also did my normal transition color, which is a rust from milk, and now I'm using this green just to really start off my look. And as you can see, I have definitely built up the color to my satisfaction. I don't mind that I have to build this color up. It is like a light neon-y color, so it's understandable. And even though it's not super opaque in the inside, I will go ahead and make it better later on, no problem. Then I'm gonna go into my darker green right here, and I'm just gonna deepen up my crease with the smaller blending brush that I have from Eddie Funkhauser. I really do like these brushes when I want my look to be slightly more blown out. Because my eyes are so small and the brush is so big, I can't be very precise when using these brushes, but it does an excellent, I mean excellent job at blending out my looks. So that is something. Okay, and as you can see, I have definitely applied the green. Now I'm gonna go back in with the more lime green and just blend it out. Hopefully my head is not moving too much. I'm sorry guys. I meant move a lot. And I'm just going back and forth between those 2 green shades just to get my crease where I want it. Which is ultimately just blended. I'm satisfied. I wasn't too picky on the blending on this look in particular. Now I'm gonna take a Coastal Scents brush. I like this brush. It's like tilted. I don't know if I ever noticed that, but I am gonna go into this burgundy right here, and that is gonna be put on my outer V. And because this brush is tilted, I can literally just apply this shadow right on my lid. And because this brush is so slanted, I can just apply the color onto my lid, and it actually kind of works. And then you can kind of narrow it on the side to really blend out the color. Now I'm just going back and building my shape. So I kind of did more of a squared out outer V and brought everything in. So that's what I'm just going to focus on. I know you can see like the ridges in my eye. My eye just has creases. So you guys can see ridges in this side just because of my creases in my eye. It's natural. It's natural, so I'm not really ever a huge person to complain about that. That's just something that happens with my eyes every so often. It mainly depends on how I applied the primer, but that just went in my eye. And there you go. So I kind of built the outside basically how I built that one. This eye for some reason doesn't get the wrinkles. I get it on this eye only. I don't really know why. I think it's because my veins pop out on this eye. Probably doesn't help that I have a headache right now, but we're gonna soldier through. Okay, next what I did is honestly just take that same brush that I used my outer V in, and I used for my outer V, and then I'm gonna go into the orange right here, and I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. And this is gonna be acting as a base color for my shimmer. But I will say, if you are a person, so I really like putting that orange down as my base color, but I did want to say, in the event that you don't like shimmers, you can always just go ahead and use this without the shimmer. This is a nice look. What I would do is, if you wanted to end it right here, I would just go ahead and build up the burgundy that we put on our outer V just a little bit more, because at least when I applied it, the orange kind of took over. Do something on your bottom lash line and you are good to go. So don't always feel that you have to put a shimmer on. I prefer putting a shimmer on, although I really do think that this is a cool all matte look. And maybe I should take a picture. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish out my look. So next what I did is I went into the shimmer down here. It's this insane orange foil down in the corner, and I just took a Sephora brush. This is the Sephora 13, and I just went ahead and packed it right over this orange. Now one thing I do want to note is that this particular shimmer is more of like a shimmer glitter. It's not very opaque, which is why I put down the orange to give it some base. If you foiled it, it would get more opaque. As you can see, it got more opaque in the inner corner just because more of it was concentrated. And yeah, because it is more of like a shimmer, that is why it is all over the place. You guys can probably see it all in my crease and everything. What I do is I just take brushes that I used in those areas of my face, and I just try and get rid of the shimmer fallout. If I don't get rid of it, I'm not that person that's going to be in a hissy because I don't get rid of fallout, but it is something that if I can get rid of it, I do. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my bottom lash line with you. So to start my bottom lash line, I actually put something in my waterline and then in my lower lash line. This is the Ulta liner in like purple. I honestly hate this liner. Would not recommend their liners at all. But I got it when I was first getting into makeup and I want to get my use out of it. Okay, and as you can see, now you guys can see the purple, and that's mainly because I went back and forth for a good amount of time. Now what I'm gonna do is go into this purple right there, and I am going to use a flat liner brush that I have from e.l.f. and I'm just gonna pack that right on top of the liner. And then what I tend to do is kind of just drag with my liner brush, and then to further smoke out that bottom lash line, I'm gonna take my MUA crease brush that you guys know I love, and I'm just gonna smoke it out. Oh, sorry. So I'm just smoking out my bottom lash line, and what I'm going to do is smoke it out on the same level as the top green. You see how where that light green is? I'm just going to smoke it out and then connect it. Okay, and that is the look. Pretty quick, no fuss, no muss. I'm really excited at how this came out. I'm just gonna hop off camera right now, do my liquid liner and mascara, and then I will be back. So yeah, give me 1 second. Alrighty, so this is the finished look. I did already have my base together and everything on my face. I can go ahead and run through what I have. Let me get the items. Alrighty, so just quickly, let's just run through some items that I have not talked about on my channel thus far. I am pre-recording, so God only knows if I've talked about them, but I'm trying this foundation. This is the Full Spectrum CoverGirl Matte Ambition All Day Shine Free Foundation. I was in a foundation-y mood. I've been purchasing a bunch of foundations, repurchasing a bunch, and this was on the website at Ulta, so I went ahead and purchased it. I also put on my neutral blush, which is the ColourPop blush in Tulip to Quit. We're just gonna let that die over there. I also have this e.l.f. blush on in Always Spicy. This is the bronzer that I have on today, and I must say I feel pretty bronzed. So this is what that baby looks like. You guys will have already seen me haul this on my channel. And then the highlighter that I have on today, which oh my God, is insane. It's in my indie palette, so you know it's indie indie highlighter, and it is this baby right here. It's in Trick or Treat. It's from Touch of Glam, and they released it for Halloween. My camera's not focusing, but you guys get the gist of it. It is orange and let me see if I can get my camera to focus. It is an orange and white swirl, there you go, with a gold swirl in it as well. Very pretty, and I think I chose well. And I think that it does work on my complexion. I was a little concerned about the white part, but enough of the gold and orange are in there for it to really show up in my skin tone, blend into my skin tone, and really just make my skin tone pop. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is my lip product. It is a new liquid lipstick for me, and it is the It is from Baby Bat Beauty and it is in Medusa. So I think this really works with this look. It really brings out the darker green in my crease, and really good formula thus far. I'm still testing it out, but it is soft on my lips, not sticky, and it's not transfer proof. So I'm excited about that. That's what happens when you have too much stuff in your makeup area. Okay, but anyways, back to this palette here. I created this because I was interested and inspired by the new Ace Beaute palette that they're releasing, but I did not like their formula. And if you guys haven't seen it, I will of course link it up in the cards of my review, my first impressions and second impressions on one of the palettes, and then I will link my palette roundup where you see my full in-depth impressions of those palettes in that formula. So I just went ahead and kind of looked in my collection for 9 shadows that really screamed to me what that palette's essence was, and this palette really brought it to me. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out just a little bit, or maybe not. No, I'm not gonna zoom out, but I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some swatches of these babies so that you guys can see what the color combination is and what I thought really the essence of that palette was. And of course I will give you guys the names as we go along. So I think these are all Luxie shadows, by the way. So the first shadow is the lightest one in the palette, and it is Walk of Shame. This is from, I want to say, her summer collection that the summer that just passed, and it's a white, but it has like a blue duochrome to it. Then we have Prom Queen, which is an icy blue, but this is like her foiled formula. So the one that I showed before was more of her duochrome formula. This is foiled, more like the formula that I have on my lid today. So that is Prom Queen. And then last in the top row, we have a green, and this is Green Apple. If you follow Angelica Nyquist, she raves about this color in particular on her channel, and I must agree, this is a very unique green. A lot more brands are coming out with greens like this, so it's not as unique, but as a single thus far, it is, I believe, my only lime green that I have. Next row, we have Poison on Your Lips, and when you're swatching this is a rougher formula, but applied you could see that it was beautiful and pigmented, and just as I swatched, you can see that this green is a little bit light, and maybe even in the swatch is a little patchy. On my eyes, I think it does a great job, so no fuss, no mess with me. Next we have Shh, and this is, all of these thus far have been Luxie shadows, by the way, and this is another one from one of her collections. I honestly don't know which one, and it's just a nice warm orange basic color, nothing crazy on that. Last in that middle row, we have Cypress, and it is just a dark green, and it honestly matches my liquid lipstick color. So those are the first 6 shadows in this palette. The last 3, this one is Giggity. Oh my god, I just dropped it. Guess it'll match half of my other Luxie shadows. I continuously drop these. This is Giggity. Good lord. Well, that is that. Okay, and there it is swatched. I'm sorry, I can't even get my whole finger covered because of how much it's damaged now. But that's Giggity. Very nice navy blue color. Next we have Raisin Hell, and this is just a dark purple, and I think I'm gonna move my swatches up to the front. For some reason you guys can't see it on camera, but it definitely shows up on my skin tone. Maybe it's because my camera's focusing on my face. It is. So that right there is Raisin Hell. And then last but not least is Doll Face, and this is a duochrome shimmer glitter situation, and we're just gonna put her back here, and it goes from an orange to a pink duochrome, and I think you guys just saw it in the swipe that I made. It's an insane duochrome. The other glitter one is not a duochrome, it's just like a glitter finish. But yeah, these are all the shadows. Some are no longer as beautiful as they were when they were just sitting in the palette, but that's typical me. I'm always dropping my single shadows. That's why half of them are cracked. But yeah, that is my perfect Ace Beaute insert name. I should really figure that out. Let me become a better YouTuber and figure that out. Hold on. So I figured it out. This is my perfect Ace Beaute Flair eyeshadow palette. If you're considering purchasing these singles, I would say go for it. Like I said, this one is crumbly and like more shimmery, prone to fallout, so do be prepared for that. I do have fallout on my face. This Giggity is a little bit of a drier formula, and it does take some fidgeting with it to get it on your eye, but once you get them on your eye, that color is really good. All the other mattes I have no problem with. Green Apple I do have to build up on my complexion just because I'm darker. If you look at any of Angelica Niquez's tutorials using Green Apple, it's not as hard on her complexion, so it might just be my complexion, and that's why you have to build it up. These two are my other two shimmers. This shimmer is the same formula as this, but there's no duochrome and it's more opaque, so take that into consideration. And then last, the duochrome is typical duochrome, typical shimmer, no fuss, no muss. So if those sound like something you'd be interested in trying, or if you tried the Ace Beaute formula and you're not feeling it and you want to go ahead and give these a try, I would recommend Luxie Shadows over Ace Beaute formulas for their eyeshadows from what I've tried. But I'm just putting it out there. Do with it as you will. I kind of am only here just to show you guys a tutorial with some colors that I had in my collection and to stop myself from buying a palette I know I didn't need. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, y'all, it has been real.